Number 10. Broken eyes. An internet user named Nasalelu was visiting her sister and her family. They were sitting around a dinner table when her niece, around the age of 3, said, "Daddy has broken eyes." Nobody took her seriously at first and thought she meant blue eyes because everyone at the table had them. Everyone just laughed it off. Eventually, someone at the table asked, "Who else has broken eyes?" And the kid said, "You do too, Auntie, but not Mommy," referring to Nasalelu. Her sister then asked, "What do you mean, broken eyes?" The kid then responded back by saying, "The man standing on the front lawn told me that Auntie and Daddy have broken eyes." The child's father then ran to the front lawn to find nobody there. Number 9. Car accident. One day while a mother and her child are taking a drive, her child asks, "Mommy, when I was in your tummy you worked at McDonald's?" The mother replied by saying yeah, and was quite creeped out and confused because the child had not heard about her working there at all. The child then said, "Then you got in an accident and you were hurt." The mother replied back again by saying, "Yes, I was, buddy, but it all turned out okay. You were fine and safe in my tummy." The kid's very creepy response to that was, "I know, Mommy. I was watching over you. I was watching over you next to a man in white. He said you were going to be okay." After the child said all this, he didn't even remember saying any of it. Number 8. She's going to be mad. A long time ago, a girl was babysitting her 3-year-old sister, and they were playing in their front yard. For some reason, the little girl would not ride her tricycle, so she asked her sister why not. Her response was, "She's going to be mad." The babysitter, thinking she was speaking nonsense, and not thinking much of it, picked her up and tried putting her on the tricycle. The little girl immediately started to scream at the top of her lungs, kicking, screaming, and crying, all while saying, "She's going to hurt me, she's going to hurt me, she's going to hurt me," over and over again. After this happened, the both of them went inside. Later, the girl asked if she was okay, and the little girl's only response was, "Yes, she's not mad anymore." Number 7. I'll see you soon. An internet user named Kimid123 was brought home one day when her brother, who was 5 years older, heard knocking and scraping coming from inside his closet. Hearing this, he woke up and sat in his bed terrified while watching a man who he described as looking like the devil. And even worse, the man walked to the edge of his bed, smiled and said, "I'll see you soon, kid," and then returned to his closet. After seeing this, he ran to his parents' room and told them what happened. After a few nights of sleeping in his parents' room instead of his own, the ceiling in his room collapsed and crushed his bed. Number 6. Alex. There was a boy who would get therapy from a family friend. She had 2 kids. The boy, who was 6 at the time, asked why the family friend wouldn't answer her children calling for her, when her children weren't calling. Being quite surprised, the family friend asked, "Who's calling?" The boy said, "Alex," and the woman started to cry uncontrollably, because it was the name of her child that died at the age of 3, long time ago. The boy who said this didn't even know Alex, nor was he told about him. After the incident, the boy forgot the name and didn't remember what happened. Number 5. Mam Mam. One day, a 4-year-old girl was visiting her grandparents when the morning after they arrived, no one could find the girl. Her bed was empty and there was no sign of her anywhere in the house. The grandmother went out to find the girl and found her heading back from a house down the way. When asked what she was doing, the girl said, "I was with Mam Mam. She made me pancakes," and described Mam Mam perfectly, without even seeing a picture of her. After hearing this, the grandmother grabbed her and brought her back inside, where the girl was told why she was visiting. Turned out, it was because her great-grandmother, or Mam Mam as she's called, died a week prior. Number 4. The children. A man named John went over to his sibling's house because he was going through a divorce and was asking for some advice. But during the conversation about his divorce, John said he could feel the energy of 2 children in the room. And then he points into the corner of the room. He said there was 1 boy and 1 girl. Not long after this, John's nephew walks into the room and says, "The children woke me up." When everyone asks what children, John's nephew points to the same corner John did minutes ago and says, "Those children." After this, everyone went pale and quiet. Number 3. Bedroom door. One night, while a little boy was trying to sleep, his door slammed shut. Normally, his father would close the door before heading to work, but this time, a man that wasn't his father slammed it. Seeing this, the boy walked to the door to see a freakish man with a grin putting his finger to his face and saying shh before walking into his parents' room. The boy slammed the door shut and started screaming. Hearing this, his parents woke up. Afterwards, the boys had numerous dreams about this man strangling him in his sleep. Number 2. Broken glass. A 4-year-old girl stepped on broken glass while barefoot a long time ago, hit a major artery, and almost bled out. During an extended stay in the hospital, the girl told her family that she wasn't scared in the hospital because a little girl held her hand and told her that she was protecting her, and that they were sisters. The creepy thing about this is that she actually had a sister that died not long after birth many years ago. Number 1. New house. Not long after a family moved into a new house, the daughter, who was 4 at the time, had stopped sleeping in her bed and started to sleep on the floor. The family asked why. Her reason was because the kids that lived there before told her it was their room and their bed. Afterwards, the family explained that it was her bed and not to worry about the people who lived there beforehand. She said okay and started to sleep on the bed again, but said that she told the children that they could come and play if they wanted, but Mama says it's her bed and her room now. Apparently, the children replied by saying that they died a long time ago and they missed their room and bed.